good morning everyone. Today is the 1st of July 2023, which means in Australia, two things are happening today. One, our power goes up. Crazy, it's gone up. My hot water price has come down a little bit. My daily supply charge has gone up. Really crazy. And also, tax time for Australians. This is a time where everybody goes in and do their taxes to get their tax return, if they're lucky. And something this morning, first of all, the kit, this is Aggie. She is the Cecilia kit by Bonnie Sieben. Cecilia is my first name. And last week I had Agnes, and that is my name, Cecilia Agnes. So any newbies here? I think I may be the only reborn mum in the community that actually has two kits with their name. Anybody else know of anyone? How I found, this is the kit I found first. I was looking for something else and I came across this kit and I thought, nah, I put that off, and this had more preference over what I was looking for. So I brought this kit, and I went to my favourite Aussie baby maker here in Australia, Margaret Marsh, and she created it for me. And I thought, since there was a Cecilia kit, I wonder if there's an Agnes kit. So I searched, and of course, you know, from my chat last week and from what I changed to yesterday, I also have the Agnes kit. One's up. Anybody, if you know anybody else in the Reborn community, try and find out, does anybody else know who's got the same thing? I don't know if everybody has a second name. I've actually also got a third name. My third name is Mary. That's my confirmation name. And having these two kits, I thought was amazing. They were both created, as I said, both reborn by the same person. She did them both. You would have got a better look at when I did the changing for Lottie yesterday. When I first got this kit, I thought I will call her Agnes, which is my second name, you know, so I called her Aggie. Not knowing I would go searching to see if there was an Agnes kit. So that's how I come across these two kits. She is an amazing job. She's got amazing fingernails. She's not, as I said, we are in our second month of winter. And it's cold. As you see, I'm all rugged up this week. It is cold. And I think last week I had my thing, even though I'm in my bedroom, it's still cold. Because this is in winter, this is the warmest place of the morning because it gets the sunlight through. The rest of the place is cold. So when it comes summer, I'll be doing my videos in the baby's room because it'll be cooler. What else? Oh, last week I showed you some num-nums that I have, the little violet crumble that I have. This week I'm showing you something different. This is a biscuit. This is an Arnott's nice biscuit. I think that's how we pronounce it. Sally, is that how you pronounce it? And no, it's not Nice, because Nice is N-E-I-C-E. So it's a biscuit and it's covered in sugar and it's a yummy. It's good for dunking. Very good dunking biscuit. I was deciding which one I would actually bring over this week for this chat, but this is a nummy biscuits. It's an old favourite of mine. As I said, it's good for dunking, which is mostly what I do these biscuits because I have biscuits with my lunch. Lunchtime I usually have a sandwich. Sandwich could be anything from baked beans, or I could have a ham and cheese, or I could have just a toasted cheese sandwich. Now it's winter, or I could have what else could I have? Corned meat, which I had yesterday. Today for lunch I'm having a sandwich, and I'm debating whether I have my famous sandwich that I made, or will I have a Devon and cheese sandwich. Sometimes I will just have a Devon and barbecue sauce, but I might have my favourite, my cheese sandwich, which I created. I don't think anybody else has. I created this years ago. I love Vegemite and cheese sandwich, absolutely beautiful. And I love jam and cheese sandwich, absolutely beautiful. One day I decided maybe I should put them all together. So I spread Vegemite on one slice of bread, plum jam on the other slice of bread, and put the cheese in the middle. It is amazing. I know Americans don't have our famous food of Vegemite. Vegemite is an Aussie staple. It's always in my cupboard. I've always got it. Sometimes I'll just have a couple of slices of bread if I'm hungry. Very rarely now, because I'm on my weight loss. Thinking of which, how much have I lost this week? Let me see. I think I've lost 800 grams. I forgot to check. And I tell you, when you're on a weight loss journey and it's winter, it's not good. And that, I say, is because when I weigh myself, I'm completely naked. I do it after the loo and before food. So I'm completely not naked. If number 2's out, it's out. And I weighed, it's all out, and that's how I weigh myself. And I was surprised I actually did lose this week. First of all, biscuit. I was going to have another one, but I've just cleaned my teeth and nice and fresh after breakfast. Yeah, I'm having a bicky. I know we shouldn't eat on camera. I'm just showing you our yummy food. Here, have a bite. Have a bite. Num, 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 nums. Beautiful. Perfect. As I said, sorry. And also, I was cleaning my teeth. And while I was cleaning my teeth, I was thinking about today, what day it is. Then I realised, sorry, this is really constant. On the 28th of June, 2008 was the day I left the Tweed Coast and moved to Coffs Harbour. Yes, I live in Grafton now, but I moved to Coffs Harbour in 2008. And when I moved there, I didn't realise, I moved there to get away from my ex up north. Because we were living, even though we were separated, we were still living under the same roof. And I know I couldn't have a life living under the same roof as him. So I was coming for a holiday at Coffs Harbour, which is an hour down the coast. And that was it. I'm not holidaying at Coffs Harbour. I am moving to Coffs Harbour. So I messaged the girl I was going to visit, and I said, I'm moving down. She said, oh, great. An hour later, she came back and said she had a place for me to stay. So there was the 28th of June, 2008. How could I've been through a lot. Everybody knows. Even this time yesterday, I wasn't quite sure if I was actually doing today's video. As you know, last week I was feeling really good and everything. Tuesday I had my inspection, all went well. And because I was feeling good, I thought maybe I should put myself out there to find someone. So I signed up with this site I was on ages ago. I signed up and it's not the same. Okay, so when I looked, I went off it. Then that night, I had a bad night. I mean, couldn't sleep, and it was a bad night. I don't know what caused it. I had no plans for the next day because I went shopping on Tuesday. I thought it's Tuesday. I had my inspection here, passed it. Then I thought, since I'm dressed, I might as well go shopping. And I was feeling good. Wednesday was a bad day. My diet, what I was eating was I just ate chocolate all day. I didn't eat it. I did weigh it and put the calories in. And I had about maybe 4 to 6 squares at a time, and I had a bad night Wednesday night, and everything went off. And when I have a bad night and the next day's bad and everything, it takes me a while to actually get through it. And that's why yesterday I wasn't quite sure if I was actually going to do my chat this week. But yesterday I thought I need to change Lottie. Lottie needs to be changed because I do in the chat, then I will do the changing the next week. So when I changed her, if you have seen the changing video, you can see what happened. It was funny. It made me laugh what happened. So I'm not going to say you're going to have to view the video to find out what I laughed at. Yeah, bickies. Bickies. We call them bickies for short. Have a cuppa and a bicky. For afternoon tea, I'm having a lamington. I've already got it out. I go to a bakery here in Grafton. And for your newbies, Coffs Harbour, Grafton. Yes, I had to leave Coffs Harbour last year because I couldn't find a new home in Coffs Harbour at my budget. I had to move out of my unit because that landlord who owned that needed to move in. And so and the real estate there, and they suggested, how about Grafton? So I did a search for Grafton and I seen this place. And it was 2 bedrooms, it was the same price as I was paying down there, and I liked the look of it. I didn't see there wasn't a lot of pictures on the site. I loved the kitchen, had nice big cupboards. I loved the kitchen on the photos. But the one thing is I couldn't get up here to view it. I don't have a car. The real estate didn't know what to do. I tried to hire a car. There was no trains coming up here for me to come to view it. In the end, my real estate and Coffs suggested I ring them and let them know if I could accept it without viewing it. And they thought about it, and in the end, they asked me a couple of questions. She said, what about the stairs? There's only a few stairs. I think there's about 5 stairs to get into this place. I said, they're okay, you know. Then she said, what about the shower? Because the shower is over the bathtub. I thought, nah, that's okay. Because I had to find a place. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't take this place. If I didn't, for some reason. So they accepted me, even without viewing it. Maybe, I don't know why. And let me see, was it 21st? Let me see. I didn't view this place until I got the keys, which was the 20th of January last year. I remember going to real estate, signing everything, getting the keys, coming here, and I opened the door and I thought, wow, because the lounge room I've got here is big. I mean, it is big. The place is bigger. It is nice, but in saying that, I still miss Coffs Harbour. I miss my little unit down there, and I miss where I used to volunteer. I don't know why I'm eating, of course, I've already had breakfast. But it will go into my diary, so, yeah, that's 15 years. 15 years. I've had I have been through a lot since I moved down here. So much. Hard. I've been through tough situations. I had cancer scare just after I moved here. I had to go and have a hysterectomy. All went through everything by myself. I can remember Dad ringing and saying that he was going to come down. Him and Mum were going to come down after I had the hyster to spend a few days. That's the last I heard of it. That was 2008. That's the last time I spoke to my father. And it hurts when people say they're going to do something and they don't do it. It's happened to me so much because they think, your father, I know it wouldn't. I know Mum would have loved to have come down, but Dad was the arsehole. I didn't like my father. And I know someone's probably watching this. I won't say who is saying won't like what I say because they probably don't see it from my side. I had another sister. She had cancer, who eventually passed away from it. And Dad didn't worry about her either. You know, it's like, you got cancer, so what? But the thing was, he died. He passed away from cancer. He didn't tell anyone he had cancer. I found out that Dad had cancer before my family actually told me. Tricky, tricky, tricky. How's that? And Dad did not tell anyone he had cancer. He kept it to himself. It was, from what I can remember, a doctor told one of my sisters that he had cancer. It just, I don't know, it's one he didn't say anything because he was always going to the doctor about stuff and always getting pills, but he would not take the pills. And it was crazy. I don't know. Anyway, Coffs Harbour. I've done videos of Coffs Harbour, driving around Coffs Harbour. As you know, I create playlists where if you want to go through the playlist, I've actually got my holidays and different places I went. I've got a couple of tutorials I've done in how I do put my videos together and how I do my thumbnails. They're in a tutorial folder playlist. My holidays, my chatting ones are all in a folder. What else? My changing, I did story time, which I might eventually get back into that. I'm thinking about that. I was actually going to start because what happened over the last couple of days of Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, it was just, I wasn't up to it. So if for some reason I don't do a chat one week, it's because I am not up to it. I'm not going to force myself to do a video to actually get out there because I have done that in the past. I've done videos because I've, especially My mental health, not only have been through the cancer, I've been through a shit relationship, which made my mental health worse, was the cause of my abandonment issues, and it's crazy. People have got to respect people. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to do it and for some reason you're unable to do it, let that person know that you can't do it. Don't say anything, because is what happened to me. I will do this. It never happened. It never happened. Abandonment issues is part of borderline personality disorder, which I was diagnosed with in 2015. And for me, it's abandonment issues is the worst. It is bad. I remember, I'm trying to think, it was before I had TIG. It may be 12 years, 13 years, maybe. It just, time goes fast. Something happened, clicked my brain, and I took a few pills. And got to the stage where I couldn't take any more because I drank too much water. So I called the ambulance and went to the hospital and checked me out, everything else, and they sent a mental health nurse around to talk to me. And he asked all these questions about different things, about family and what else. And he come to the clue, he said to me, it seems like you've been abandoned. When I went to Heal for Life for the first time in 2013, I was told that abandonment is the worst form of child abuse. Feeling like you're not wanted, feeling like you're just being pushed aside. That's how I felt in my family. I felt like I didn't belong. Growing up, I felt like I was adopted, which I found out from Heal for Life that a lot of people who've been through childhood trauma and all that feel the same thing. They feel that they're adopted, that the family they grew up with is not actually their family. And that is how I felt. I know there is a person who is subscribed to my channel, probably does that so you see my videos come up so she can see what's going on. And she's also, which she would deny till the cows come home that she doesn't, but she has mental health issues as well. And of course she would deny it because she's crazy. She thinks there's nothing wrong with her. It's amazing that this is a person who has never had to look after herself, had never had to only have to worry about things. She lived at home with our parents until Mum passed away. Then she was living there by herself. Then when the house had to be sold, she had to move out. And afterwards, she actually wanted money from the estate to actually pay for her moving costs. Why am I laughing? Because that cost come from, her inheritance. I don't think I was told this and I just thought the best, Oh my God. the sunshine today. Is the sun is shining, but it's cloudy. I thought, please don't be too cloudy, because I got to put my towel on the line, so it'll be nice, won't be so cold tonight when I have my shower. So it's just a bit overcast. I put my towel out, so yeah. Summertime, I don't have to worry about it, because I can do my washing and it dries inside. So that's how hot it gets here. What else is happening? Archie's out there. He's talking away. I got him some new toys. I got him some foot toys, and I pick up and I throw around. He wants nothing to do with it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Oh. I got a couple of times during the night. Some nights I sleep through, which is really good. This morning I set the alarm for 9:30 every morning. And mostly, sometimes I wake up just before the alarm goes off. But this morning I woke up about, I think it was about 9:15 I woke up. Just laying in bed and just laying there, not having to get up to do anything. Yeah. Oh, last week I mentioned planning to go up to the Moolumbar show, to go up there again. And I looked at my budget. I looked at how much it would probably cost me just for the hire of the car and accommodation. At the moment, I probably, when the time comes, I probably would be able to afford it, but I don't want to actually, I want to have money behind me in case of emergency. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to break. My TV doesn't work. It plays up in duty, but that's okay. I don't use it to watch TV. I use it as a monitor so I can watch my shows, which I either I cast from my tablet when I use the app called Tubi. Tubi is an app which has free movies and TV series on there. And I found out the other week, you go on there and once you play one, another one, it continue playing one after the other, which is good. I didn't realise that. It'll play exactly the same kind of movie, some kind of thing, one after the other, which is good sometimes. Another thing I found out is that the place where I watched my movies, which I thought was gone, it's back at a different location. And I prefer the old one because I watched, I watched The Rookie at 7+, and they only went up to episode 6 on season 5. I thought, bugger, I've got to wait for it to come back. And so I thought, okay, went back into where I found, where I'm with the other shows, wasn't there, nothing there. Then I found another place and it's back. But it's not as good as the old site. So I finished watching, did I finish watching it? I did. No, there's a season 6 of The Rookie is not available yet. But in saying that, there is Rookie Feds. So I don't know where that come into it. I'm going to have to look into that, do a bit of Google and find out when that happens. Because the Rookie in the show The Rookie, he wanted to become a detective, but he did something which would have stopped him from becoming a detective. So then he decided to go the other way to become a training officer. But if you've seen The Rookie, I love it because it's a show you can watch. You know, it's something anyone can watch. There's no swearing. It is an amazing show. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favour and watch it. As I said, we're up to season, I've just finished watching season 5. At the end, I've got to wait for season 6. I'm not quite sure if it's been done yet. I don't think it has. Vicky time. Okay. Nom 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 nom. Oh. When I was getting this all fixed up, I got Garfield, and like always I do, I called him Archie. I don't know. I got a different back thing today because I couldn't find the other one. I don't know where the other one I've been using is. I have no idea where it is. No idea. Because I did it here last week. So it must be somewhere around. I have no idea. Is it in the baby's room? I have no idea. I know earlier when I went out, I got me a biscuit. I knew I had to get something else. I went out to the kitchen. I thought, what else did I have to get? So I walked back in and I realised how to get my tablet because I wanted to find out who created this kit. Oh, the lady who created the kit, this kit is by Bonnie Sieben, and she, as the artist, as always, is Margaret Marsh. And also, when I come in here, I had to go over there to get something, to get my tissues. I want to get tissues in case I need a tissue, because in winter, my nose runs. I walked over, there's only a few feet, I just walked there and I stood. What do I want? Okay. Then it got tissues. I've done things which are really weird. I know I don't do it anymore because I've been doing it. I may have had it a couple of times. When I go have a cup of tea and I pour the hot water in, for some reason I've taken the tea bag out. I have no idea why. It's like that shouldn't be in there. But it's a tea bag. It'd be in there. So I don't know. Brains and lot thing. What was I watching? Watching on YouTube. YouTube is such an amazing thing. A thing come up where David Cassidy was speaking to Dr. Phil about his dementia. And it's amazing how Americans pronounce things, because Dr. Phil pronounced it dementia. It's like he sounded the I in dementia. Maybe, dementia. Isn't there some words you don't say one letter? And he talked about his dementia and how he would say, someone would tell him something and then he forgot it. He said, but we told you that the other day. But he would forgot it. After a while, it kept happening all the time. Then he decided to go and get checked out, and then he had he was diagnosed with dementia. It's a terrible disease. I've worked with people with dementia, and people, once they get dementia, they change completely. You'll have a little old lady who would never swear. Growing up, she wouldn't, but dementia comes and it comes out, and they get angry, and the dementia changes everything about that person that you knew. And it's just a horrible disease. What's happening? Oh, there's something else I want to talk about. I actually haven't told, I know the doctors say know my weight. I didn't tell the counsellor, like Michelle, my counsellor, my weight. But when I weighed myself this morning, I was 130.5 kilos. I'm a BBW. Ta-da! I've lost, as I said, I've lost, what have I lost now? I think I'm getting lost because I haven't been on my computer, so I can't work out how much I've lost in my brain. So I think I've lost about 5 kilos. I must, yeah, round about, roughly, I've lost 5 kilos. I know. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm trying to think. Thursday. Sorry, I was close to ordering a pizza. That's how I felt. I wanted to order a pizza. But I didn't. Instead, I had a toasted sandwich. Which is good. The one thing I want, which it seems like they don't deliver anymore, or I can't order online, is Red Rooster. I don't know why I call it red. I don't know why I call it rooster. Because it's chicken. I don't know. Because Red Rooster have a beautiful meal where you get your potatoes, you get a quarter of a chicken, you get peas, and you get gravy, and you get potatoes, and you get carrot, and But I haven't been able to order it. On Thursday night, I went to order it, and they said they're not available for delivery. And I thought, don't say they're not delivering anymore. You know, I used to use Yummy. I might have to ring them up and see if they do deliver. I don't know. It's KFC don't deliver here. They only do, you got to go and pick it up. It's too far to walk to pick it up. It's about 20 minutes. I don't know anyone. No delivery. We do have menu log here, but Red Rooster's not on there. I got the used to ordering from its site, so I might see. It'd be nice to have. What's today? Saturday. Beg your pardon? I was going to do that video on Tuesday. Video I've been meaning to do for a while. It's still sitting there in the Target bag. What's that? Rooster. I finally opened my parcel from Temu, T-E-M-U, I think it is. I brought a rug from my bedroom here, and I think it could have been a bit bigger. But at least it takes away some of the grey. Because the carpet all through this place is grey. Oh, sugar. Sorry about that. And it's, especially my my bedroom, it is long. I could easily fit another bed in here. And look, I've got the length of a double bed. A double bed will probably, another length of a double bed that way. Then I'll still have room at the end. But we couldn't do two double beds in here because I've got the wardrobe in that. I've got glass doors on the wardrobe. We know how people just love glass doors. That's something I want to talk about. My clothes basket, laundry basket just reminded me. Now, why did that remind me? I'll tell you. Now, what day was it? I think it might have been Wednesday. I did my washing of my towels and my nightie. Yes. That's it. Sorry, Thursday. Because it was Wednesday night I had the accident, and Thursday. It was Thursday I did it. Hung it out, I leave my basket and that out under the clothesline. And when I went to get them off the line that afternoon, it looked like someone had peed in my laundry basket. Now, usually I turn the laundry basket over, but this was, sometimes I just forget, don't worry about it. But something, whatever, had peed in, there was wee in the laundry basket. And I thought, what the? And so lucky I just had my towels and that, so I didn't put them in the basket. So when I got back, I put the towels over my arms. So then I just washed the basket out. I got some disinfectant wipes and cleaned it all up, so it's clean. Excuse me. I had to get a new one because the other one, the handle broke off it, and I was debating whether to get it was a Big W, Target, or Coles. Coles and Big W and Target were the same price, where Coles was 50 cents cheaper. But since I had to want to get a few things from there, that's where I got it from. That was last week. When I went shopping on Tuesday, I was deciding what I was going to get for lunch. Would I get KFC? Because KFC will get cold by the time I get home. So I had Subway. And, you know, sitting down and working out the calories in Subway. You know, but it was easy, time consuming, very time consuming, but I did it. I went onto Subway's website and it's got it all in there where it does it all. It tells you the calories. Like, I only have cheese. I have turkey and ham with cheese, beetroot, carrot and lettuce. So I do go and just say the bread is Italian herbs. I just click that and it tells you how many calories are in that with whatever I'm getting. And then if I tick cheese and I tell the difference of how much the cheese is, then I add up and I get that. But then because I get ham and turkey, yeah, but I worked it out. Something floating around. No, it's not. It's only my floaties. Who has floaties? Do you know what floaties are? The things in your eyes, like some things broken off and all that you see these floaties floating around. At first, when I first seen it, I didn't know what it was because you go to look at it and it moves away. It's crazy. What else do we do? What's going on, Archie? Tell me. I started watching Twilight again at that site I found. I've watched 3. I've got 2 more to watch, which I might watch this afternoon. I might go on to MyGov to see if it's probably not all put in yet. MyGov is a site where, because I've actually had tax taken out of my allowance, because with our allowance went up a bit, it comes out of the tax-free threshold, so I just thought I'll start taking tax out just in case. If I don't pay tax, I'll get all that money I've paid out. So it's like a bit of a saving. And so when I get that back, I might pay it off. I might pay it off my bond loan, or even some of it. I don't have to do any big shops. Like I've got food. The only thing, I've still got a complete loaf of bread, so don't have to get anything really until the end of the week. So yeah. So did I finish off my biscuit? Next week I'll have something else to show you from Australia. Her hair is beautiful and messy. She is a newborn size. She is absolutely adorable. Her nail, look at the dimples. Look at the dimples. Look at that face. I've seen one on Facebook. One lady had it up for sale, selling one. And she spelt Cecilia wrong in the name. And I said, it is Cecilia. I showed her how to spell it. See, and she's adorable. Does she look like me? Don't you hate when you're doing the video, then you're looking at you're not looking where your eyes are, even though I'm looking at the camera, my eyes are looking over the other way. As I said, she is a newborn size. I'll be doing her changing video in the week sometime, not quite sure what day. She's got a double chin. She is adorable. Look at that face. Look at that face. Isn't she beautiful? You know? She's adorable. Yeah. And she's also got a bracelet. Of course, I called her Agnes. As I said earlier, I didn't know I was actually going to find an Agnes kit. So this one's Agnes. I called her Aggie. She's got a bracelet with her name on it. That's what Margaret does. She supplies a little bracelet. I think it's a good idea. But sometimes when you've actually buying from someone a what do you call it? A custom, you don't know what the names you're going to call it. Some people ask for help for names. But with me, when I've done the unboxing, the names actually just comes to me. And all the names of most of my reborns are from family members who have passed on. There's a couple I've kept the name of the kit. I might do that one next week. I've kept the name of the kit for that one. She's adorable. She's a newborn size. Absolutely beautiful. Aren't you? So, the sun's coming in and out. It just, as I said, we are in winter. Still in winter. We're coming. When's the shortest day of the year? Or is that past? I have no idea. Hang on, I'll do a Google. I think it might have been in June. The shortest day of the year. Shortest day of the year. Okay, I'll do. Before I started the video, I actually had a look to find out who created the Cecilia kit. And I found a site called rsgdolls.com. I think it might be in the link I've got. This is actually a scam site because they've got Cecilia as a 15-inch. I don't know. I don't think she is. And they're selling her for $112. The kit itself cost $100. And you know when you get a kit and they're selling a doll for $112, you know there's no way that that is what you're going to get if you get anything. And this one on this site says that it's got a heartbeat. and you can get 80% off, which is crazy. I don't know. I know, well, actually, they've got PayPal. Because when you get PayPal, when you use PayPal and you do not get what you ordered, they will dispute it and you can actually get your money back with PayPal. 15 inches, 100% eyebrows hand drawn, lashes hand rooted. Lashes, oh yeah. Nails, handmade nails, nail bed glass, smell, yeah. Certified non-toxic and safe for children. Plus, what is it? So people, just be careful where you do get your reborns from, because there are people out there who have been scammed because they think they're getting a good deal in what this. The best thing to do if you think, oh, this is a certain kit, do a search for the kit itself, and that will tell you how much the kit costs. And then they've got the Yata's got to put, of course, the time and the supplies they need to create these reborn to perfection. I wonder who they stole the images from, because these scam websites, they actually steal the images from someone else's site, and it's just so wrong. I don't know what you get if you bought this. I haven't got it. I've got some tiny little dolls. I want to try and get something for them. What did I want my tablet for? Can you remember? Because I tell you, I can't. And I said this. What's this? What? What's in the cart? I didn't add it to the cart. I was just thinking, oh, that's nice. No, it's not a reborn. It's an 8-piece set for a 12-inch. You get clothes and that. I don't know. There's something I wanted to look at. I have no idea. I lost. What was I looking at? I have no idea. Oh, well, I'll check the temperature in Grafton today. The other day I checked the temperature in Grafton, then I checked in Coffs, and Coffs was colder. (52.2 degrees Celsius). That feels like 12.6 degrees. That's Grafton. Mostly sunny, no rain. That's good. So who else can I put? Grafton. No, in Grafton. Coffs Harbour. See what Coffs is. See what Coffs Harbour is. Coffs Harbour. (16.3). Feels like 11.8, so it's actually colder in Coffs Harbour than it is here. What have they got? Mostly sunny, no rain too. How about Kingy? Kingy is where I grew up, is where I want to head back. I'm not quite sure when I'll be going back, but it's only 18 degrees up there. 18.3 degrees feels like 14.9. So about the same temperature here. And it's all cloudy, mostly sunny, so it's all the weather's the same. I know. How about Hobart? I'll see what Hobart is in Tasmania, which is Hobart, which is the island of the southern 11.3 degrees feels like 4.8. So it is a tad cold down there today. And they got rain, cloudy, overnight rain. So I went down there 4 years ago to Tasmania. If you look through my playlist, you will see when I went down there. And I actually walked. There's a strait of water between the mainland Australia and Tasmania. It's called Bass Strait. And I actually walked in, paddled in. When I say paddled, I walked in it. I actually did a video on the beach. And it wasn't until I went to Tassie that I realised how far away Tasmania was from the mainland. 200, I think it's about 240 kilometres. That is a long way. So we do kms to miles. I'm pretty sure it's 240. 240. 149 miles. That is a lot. I didn't realise it was so far. And the one thing I had to get used to being down there is that I had to get used to driving across the top of the top. Like here, I'm on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, and I'm like the ocean's over that way to my right. Where down there, the ocean, the thing was above me. And I think if I could, Tasmania, South Australia, I know I had a day wasted in South Australia because I did meet a friend down there. I never met her before, but we were friends online, and she had sent me this gift 1 year for, I didn't know what it was. She sent me a box, and it was actually her version of an advent calendar, and the thing she actually wrapped in was just so funny. You know, it was amazing. So I thought, I went down to see her. We went out one day with her and her husband, went for driving lunch, and she said, we'll meet up again Tuesday, we'll do something. I said, okay. That's the last I heard of it. So I was waiting Tuesday for her to turn up, and she never turned up. And that's what I mean. If you are going to do something for someone, and you tell them that you want to take them somewhere, or you want to have lunch or whatever, and if for some reason you cannot do it, something else has come up, let them know. Or if you just change your mind, whatever, do not leave them hanging, because I had a day there wasted, which I could have went and done something else. If I knew that, I would have, because the weekend before I went down and stayed down to southern Tasmania near Port Arthur, down there. And I come home on the Monday, I think it was, and I could have stayed somewhere else for Monday night and visited somewhere else. But because she didn't tell me, it wasn't going to happen, I actually never heard from her again. Never. This is what I mean. It's like, it's just crazy what people do. They disappear. And I know, talking to my counsellor one day, it feels like that I actually, I I feel like I give up vibes, which not knowing I'm doing it, and that people just don't like the vibes that are coming, which I don't know. And she said, it's not, she said, it wasn't me. So maybe them. But then again, maybe because of when you're not used to going out with people, when you're not used to things like that, it's like it's hard to describe. It's like when I was growing up, I was shy as anything, and I put it down to that I was scared that if I said something, it was the wrong thing. And that is there. When I moved to Coffs Harbour all those years ago, it was like I didn't realise how good it felt to get away from up there where all my family lives. Get it down here, none of my family live down there, down here at all, none, which is the best thing. I remember when I was in Coffs Harbour, I was living in the caravan park and I was walking to the Plaza shopping centre and I thought, wow, you know, I could do whatever I wanted and it wouldn't get back to me, which it did up there. And that was the best feeling. I never felt a part of the family, never. I never felt like I actually belonged with them. I'm pretty sure I was born in the wrong family. And the only reason you could say, well, I'm here because Mum and Dad got married, and because they had to get married because Mum was pregnant. The anniversary was yesterday. And I remember one day me and her were driving to Lismore to see a relative and we're talking and she was saying that Dad wanted to come with us. I said, no, I didn't want him to come. She didn't want him to come. And she said, no, Celys hired a car and everything. On the way over, we'll drive. I said, Mum, why did you marry Dad? And she said, my elder sister's name. That's why she got married. She said if she had a time again that she wouldn't get married. And maybe it's just because, you know, she did. Like, say, got married on the 30th of June and my elder sister was born on the 7th of December. So June, July, August, September. Mum was 5-6 months pregnant or whatever. Yeah, so she would have been shown and everything. I can remember when my second youngest sister got married and a week after, I think it was about a week after, she found out she was pregnant. And oh my goodness, Nana hit the roof. Nana said she had to get pregnant. And I don't know if she realised she was pregnant but she found out a week after, and Nana was the only grandmother I knew. When she passed away, that really hit me because she was the only grandmother. And that was 1988 when she passed away. 1988, what happened in 1988? 1988 was World Expo in Brisbane, went for 6 months and I went 3 times. 1988 was, I think the first, was when I went to Raymond Terrace to a family reunion thingy with my great aunt Thelma. Went down to Raymond Terrace, which is down south. And 1988 was also 200 years since Australia, they landed in Australia, which is something that the Aborigines still think about what happened back there. The past can cause depression. That's where depression comes. Depression is the past, anxiety in the future. But I wish that there was more information about what happened. I wish that, like the Americans, they have done a lot of movies in what happened to the African Americans over there and how they were treated. And when I see some of the movies, and I think, my God, they did this just because of the colour of their skin. And there's a movie called The Long Walk, I think it's called. It's got Whoopi Goldberg in it, and it's called The Long Walk. And it's just sad. Think about, just because the colour of their skin is the way these people were treated. But in saying that, the West, I've seen Broken Arrow on, where did I see it? I think it was on Tubi, about the Indians and that, because the Indians are the Native Americans. They're the ones who were there before the whites. And it's like, we hear more about what happened to the African Americans and everything, but we don't really hear enough about today about the Native Americans. I would love to hear more about that. I would love to hear more. You see all the time African Americans are in movies, they get awards, but in Australia, there's very few Aboriginals that are anything like that. And I think it's so sad. It's like maybe they don't want to. I know when there's a show on or something on, showed videos and that, and there's going to be Aborigines in this thing, they actually put a notice up as a warning saying, because there's must be some belief about videos of Native Australians. I'm not quite sure, but they put a warning up saying there might be images of deceased, whatever. And it just, I know I did watch a movie about, first in early Australia, where these white men did gather up all these Aborigines, but they weren't called, they were called something else back then. I'm not quite sure what they called them, but they actually raped and killed all these Aborigines. Now, the judge back then was way ahead of his time. I mean, way ahead of his time. The whites who actually did this to the Aborigines was convicted and charged of manslaughter and rape and whatever they did, and they were sentenced to death. And it was something that did happen. And when I seen that, I thought, wow, that judge, you know, even today, it just, I know Aborigines think in Australia think they're hard done by. You hear about deaths in prison, and you only hear about when an Aboriginal dies in custody. But you don't hear about when a white person dies in custody. I don't care the colour of a person. I don't care if you're pink, brindle, purple spots, or what. Purple spots would be nice. I like purple. But it doesn't worry me. It's how you treat people, and how you treat me, and how you treat others, and how respect others. You treat others as you want to be treated. And as I said, I don't care. I've had, I went to school with an Aboriginal, but back in just after I realised who I was as a lesbian, I met a woman, and I didn't realise she was an Aboriginal. I just thought she had dark skin. You know, my second younger sister had dark skin. And we used to tell her that when she was born, she didn't get washed properly. She had dark skin, you know. So that could be a throwback for someone from somewhere. And when I was in Coffs, when I moved into Phillip Street, there was a neighbour there, and she had dark. I just thought she was well tanned, but she was Aboriginal, and it doesn't worry me. Yet, in saying that, Nana was different, and she had neighbours, and I think I was in my high school and that, and they adopted this little dark girl, and Nana called her the black baby. Oh, they got a little black baby. But the problem, when this family adopted this little girl, they weren't told that that child was Aboriginal. And that should have been told. Because we don't know what later that child grew up and she found her mother. Just like anyone who's adopted, they want to find out who their parents are. But it's just how people treat others because of the colour of the skin. How people treat others because of who they vote for. How people treat others because of their religion. You see it all the time. It's just crazy. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what colour skin. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what religion you are. You know, that does not matter. You know, just treat everybody with respect, no matter who they are. There are people who don't. If you message someone about something, if you make a comment and you're asking a question about something, don't ignore that question. Because that person wants to know something, and if people want to know something, the only way they want to know is to ask. Ignoring that is just so not right. It's so wrong. It's just crazy. So please treat everybody with respect. Don't judge someone just because of the colour or whatever. I know, I see it in America all the time. Oh, they're the leftists and they're the righters. I thought, what? I'm left-handed, not right-handed. So what's going on? It's just crazy. I don't know what this world is going to come to. We really need to pick it up and do something. No matter who you are, no matter what your gender, your sexuality, whatever, treat people with respect. And there's a lot going on. I'm not going to talk, but no matter who you are who you are, and there's no way you can change that. So people should just respect you for who you are until there's a reason why they don't. That's a hint there. So please, just be kind, accepting of everybody. Everybody's different. Everybody does things different. Oh, Heidi. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. We're all the same. If I cut my skin, I bleed the same coloured blood as everybody else. We all, on the inside, we are all the same. It's just the outwards, we're all different. So please have more consideration for people, no matter who they are. Yeah. People, I don't wish harm on anyone. Sometimes I wish I was a cow and I could fly around and, you know, just drop. Oh, you know, and so everybody, be kind to one another. Respect one another. If you want respect, give respect. If you want truth, give truth. If you want notice, if you want, someone asks you a question, as I said before, and they want to ask something about something, whether it's to do with your reborns, whether it's to do with something else. If you can answer it, answer it. If you don't want to answer it, just let the person know. Don't just ignore a question. If everybody ignored a question that someone asks, it's just no one asks a question because it's just crazy. You know, people want to know things about someone, they ask questions. I'm an open book. What you see here in front of you on this channel is who I am. And those who've been here for a while have seen I've been through a lot and I'm still here. I'm still, it in saying that I'm a completely different person. The things that do change us is things we go through, you know, and that makes us think about things. I've been through a lot, as I said, but I'm still here. My thing at the moment is trusting people who want to get close and just making friends. It's hard because of what I've been through, and thinking that hard to make friends because we make a friend and they leave, and that's abandonment. That is what happens. Even if a person I've never met and we're going to do something and they don't turn up, and it feels like you're being abandoned, or you don't hear from, you're messaging them. If you're messaging them on either Facebook or somewhere and that you don't hear from for a couple of days, the feeling of abandonment comes out. And it's not something that can be, I can't control that. It's just something I've got to work through by myself, to feel that this person's probably busy and everything. And it's just so hard. So if anyone else there who has got abandonment issues and all this, you can understand what I'm talking about. Oh, and it is so hard, so hard. So I think I should go. This is a long video. I forgot one person. Who can guess? I've got to change him one day. I might change him when I change Aggie. You're no Garfield. Hey, Garfield. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's gone longer than usual. And we will see it in my next video, which will probably be changing Aggie or the other video. It has been, I've had it, yeah. I've had it for what? It didn't cost me anything. I used my flyby points to get it, and it didn't cost me anything. That was a freebie, just like some food I brought the other day. It was all free because I used my flyby points. So people, we will see you in the next video. And I hope you're keeping good. I hope you're keeping warm, or where you are in Australia, or for you in America, I hope you are keeping cool. It's getting towards your spring and all that, isn't it? So we will see you next time, and I hope you have a good day and look after yourself and be kind to yourself. And we will see you then. Bye. Bye. Or this one.